Greetings, classic cinema and TV fans. Jason here with you once again on another Classic Cinema Plus. And today we're looking back at one of my favorite film series of all time. I'm a big sci-fi guy. I love science fiction. Love all those type of sci-fi films, from the strange to the absolutely insane adventures and the cool stuff. Like I love all those type of things, like Battlestar Galactica, the classic, Buck Rogers, Star Trek, all these type of shows. And one of my favorites of all time, of course, is Star Wars. This is pretty cool. Of course, I got all the Star Wars here. But anyway, but we're not talking about this today on Classic Cinema Plus. We're actually talking about a brand new release from the good folks at Mill Creek Entertainment. And it is looking back at the epic adventures of Star Wars with Icons Unearthed. Star Wars, today on Classic Cinema Plus. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Now, I wasn't born when Star Wars first made its theatrical debut, but it wasn't until way later that I saw it on television one time. Was the first time I ever watched it. I watched it on a rerun. They had a movie rerun on probably TBS, TNT, something like that, probably. And I saw that for the first time, and I was instantly hooked. And it took me to that galaxy far, far away, and I was like, loved it. I loved the first film. And I would end up having to get the trilogy because it is so cool. This is one of my favorite versions of the trilogy. Love this box set. Granted, this is the remastered version, but it just looks so cool. And I want to get, eventually, I want to get the original unremastered version. George Lucas went on to, as we know, to remaster these, put in different scenes and new scenes digitally. And one of the really weird ones was putting in there an additional scene with Han and Jabba. It just seems strange to me, unnecessary. But anyway, but I still love it. I still love this, and who hasn't seen Star Wars? Of course, we've all watched Star Wars. Star Wars, the original trilogy, was absolutely amazing. Star Wars, A New Hope, the first one. Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, my favorite, and probably most people's favorite as well. And then Return of the Jedi, a great trilogy. Just a group of rebels rebelling against the evil empire, right? Such an amazing thing. George Lucas would then go on to produced 3 more films, of course, The Phantom Menace, The Clone Wars, and of course, Revenge of the Sith. Pretty cool. Now, I will say, as cool as the prequel trilogy is, there's a lot of things that are not overly spectacular in this. This, of course, is the Blu-ray set here. Jar Jar Binks. But a lot of people love it. I mean, it was made for kids, and George Lucas was a genius as far as that goes when you think about it, because he made characters that would appeal to kids, because that would make for sales of toys and so on and so forth. So it was a way to make money. I mean, you can't blame him for that. But that doesn't mean the character is that spectacular. The character is kind of irritating in a lot of ways. At least for people of my age, probably. But still a good trilogy. A little less adventure, a little more backstory of Anakin, and a lot of weird stuff. Midichlorians, just a lot of weird stuff in it, but still a fun series. Still a really fun trilogy series for the prequels. I still enjoy it. I love the third one, Revenge of the Sith. It really shows you how Anakin becomes, Darth Vader, and I think that's so cool. We've seen films like Rogue One in the series. Pretty awesome. We also saw Solo. Not my favorite of the bunch, but still an okay film. We've seen the new trilogy, Star Wars The Force Awakens, Star Wars The Last Jedi, Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. Interesting. We've seen Clone Wars. We don't have all of those. Still working on that, but we do. I did find this one, and this is the Clone Wars. Darth Maul Returns. Pretty interesting little one there. And then we found this at Goodwill one time, and this was pretty cool. Just finished watching this one. This is Star Wars Rebels Season 1. Kind of an interesting little thing. But just a fun series, and there's a whole lot more that we still have yet to add to the collection, but that's just some of it right now. Still working on it. But anyway, I love it. I've always been a fan of Star Wars, and I will continually be a fan of Star Wars, probably till the day I cross the line of worlds and I'm no longer here anymore. I will always love Star Wars. Just a fun series. Well, something that I've always loved is documentaries too. I love the story of documentaries, of how they tell you behind the scenes things that some that you never even realized before. And that's what they did with Icons Unearthed. This was a series I actually saw on streaming. I've watched a lot of the Icons Unearthed series. They've done a lot of these, but I actually have watched this before, and I rewatched it again just with this Blu-ray set again to check it out, and is it awesome. It is so cool. And what I love about this set here is that it's a 2-disc set, okay? You get all 6 episodes of the Icons Unearthed documentary, but then there's an additional disc, and disc 2 actually has, now get this is pretty cool, the complete interviews with Anthony Daniels, of course, C-3PO, Billy D. Williams, we all know that, Lando Calrissian, and then Marcia Lucas, that would be George Lucas's ex-wife, and more, even more than that, the original editor of Star Wars, and she, just amazing editor. You could just see that she knew how to edit a film, to make it work. And when she was no longer a part of it, you could just see the loss was real, right? She knew what she was doing. I love this. I love this 6-part series. It is really, really awesome. This one is pretty cool. This is, if you are a fan of Star Wars, and you love the behind the scenes things about Star Wars, this right here is something you need in your collection. A lot of these old that we've just showed you, some of these box sets here that we have, which is like, let's do this real quick. These here, the original trilogy and the new trilogy, the prequel trilogy, if you will, they come with behind the scenes featurettes. Also in this big box set here, there's a bonus material disc that has a big documentary about the making of Star Wars. And so there's a lot of stuff in these, if you have these. But the thing that's interesting about this, these go into really, really great detail about the making of Star Wars, all of them, all 6 films. And they really go into great detail about the making of it. And something that I was really amazed with is to find out how much Anthony Daniels, I won't say harbors bitterness, but there is a bit of a dislike for what George Lucas did to C-3PO throughout the series, and how he made his character the C-3PO a little less than what it should be. And I love the fact that he said it's not because he wanted more to do, but he loved C-3PO so much that he felt he deserved more. And I think I love that about Anthony Daniels. I think that's pretty cool. There's just tons of stuff here, and it is definitely worth checking out. If you can't get enough of Star Wars like me, you need Star Wars, the Icons Unearthed Blu-ray set. Definitely check it out. It's on Blu-ray from Mill Creek Entertainment, and as we are heading towards May the 4th be with you, Star Wars Day, this is a perfect thing to check out. We'll have a full written review up at Classic Cinema Plus, and you can check that out below. There's a link there, and you can check that out. And yeah, definitely pick up Icons Unearthed Star Wars. I'm hoping that we'll get more of the Icons Unearthed series on Blu-ray. They're pretty awesome. So, yeah. Tell us what you think about Icons Unearthed. Do you love Star Wars? What's your favorite Star Wars film? What do you enjoy? Do you like the new ones? Are you a fan of the streaming ones on Disney Plus? Let us know what your favorite is, and we'd love to hear from you. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Be sure to go to Classic Cinema Plus. Check out all of our reviews up there. And until we're with you next time with another video, this is Jason reminding you that if you want to see a great film or a TV series, check out a classic, and we will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.